A comedian walks into the most haunted house in America not as a prank, not as a skit, but as the new caretaker. That comedian is Matt Rife. In early August 2025, he and YouTuber Elton Castee sealed the deal on Ed and Lorraine Warren's infamous Connecticut residence and occult museum. This is not fiction. Please like and subscribe. Now let's get back to the horror. They paid approximately $1 million through a company called Haunted Homes to purchase the property. However, the artifacts thrilled and feared by millions remain under the authority of the Warrens family. Rife and Castee are legal guardians, not owners, entrusted for the next 5 years with what has become pop culture's most notorious collection, the most famous of those relics, the Raggedy Ann doll known as Annabelle. Even as I tell this, chills creep down the spine. This is the doll that inspired the Conjuring franchise, Annabelle, Amityville Horror. The doll that allegedly moved on its own, drew blood, sent priests careening into trees, and caused investigations to shudder over fear. It was locked behind glass for decades in the very room where Matt Rife now stands. They are planning to reopen the playsters, overnight stays, immersive experiences. People are already buzzing with excitement. Fans, horror lovers, thrill seekers, they are counting the days. But an unmistakable undercurrent of dread runs beneath every plan. The town of Monroe still has zoning regulations in place. The museum has been closed to the public since 2019. Local officials have expressed cautious optimism, affirming that Rife and Castee seem to be taking proper steps, said they still must pass the Planning and Zoning Commission. Meanwhile, paranormal professionals are sounding alarms. Demonologist Chris DeFlorio, a retired NYPD officer and self-declared spiritual first responder, issued public warnings. He begged people not to get close to the artifacts, especially Annabelle. "It is inviting evil in," he said. Frank Albano, another seasoned investigator, echoed the sentiment. "Everything in there that they keep behind glass for a reason should stay there," he insisted. "Bad things happen to those who mess with it." Then there's the recent tragedy that amplifies the tension. Earlier in the summer, Don Rivera, a senior investigator with the New England Society for Psychic Research, was touring with Annabelle on the Devils on the Run circuit. He died suddenly in a Gettysburg hotel room. Rumors flew immediately. The doll, cursed, had followed him. Authorities later confirmed that the doll was not in the room at the time, and there was no suspicious activity. But the seed of paranoia was planted. Now Rife is trekking into that narrative. He is well known for stand-up specials, over 2 million followers across platforms, a curiosity about horror that borders on obsession. He has said that the Conjuring films shaped his imagination. Now he holds the real-life foundation. Some see it as destiny. Others see a setup for a nightmare. Maybe he plans to treat it as immersive theater. Maybe he simply wants to preserve paranormal heritage. Or maybe the restless spirits of the Warrens' past will have other plans. And there is another twist. In London, an official replica of the Warrens' Occult Museum will open starting September 1st for a limited run. It is a promotional exhibit for The Conjuring. Last Rites. The final film in the franchise starring Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. Visitors must be over 18 and sign waivers. The timing could not be more eerie. While Matt Rife moves to reanimate the real thing, Warner Brothers is giving fans a staged version on another continent. This narrative is cursed with layers. A house languishing behind zoning walls for years. A sudden purchase by a comedian who now holds the keys to legends. A doll undefeated by silence and containment. An investigator's death. A haunted tour resumed. A rival tribute museum rising in London. And a final chapter of the Conjuring saga opening in theaters in a matter of weeks. The tension is stretched tight. So, where do you fall on this? Is this a respectful resurrection of paranormal history or a reckless ride into spiritual unpredictability? Is Matt Rife the guardian of the haunted or the host of a supernatural ticking clock? As we edge closer to Halloween, the question stings louder. Will opening those doors release something he cannot invite back in? Sound off in the comments. This is not content. This is legacy. And now it is his to bear.